In the prosperous kingdom of Maharaja Devendra, there lived a beggar so poor that even dogs refused the scraps from his bowl. Yet within 3 years, this same beggar would own the entire kingdom, without stealing a single coin, without raising a single sword, and without the Maharaja even knowing he'd lost everything. One scorching afternoon, Maharaja Devendra sat in his grand courtroom, fanning himself with peacock feathers. His trusted minister, Chanakya, rushed in with panic in his eyes. "Your Majesty, we have a crisis. The kingdom's water wells are drying up. People are thirsty, crops are dying, and soon there will be riots." The Maharaja frowned. "What do you suggest?" "There is a man, Your Majesty, a beggar named Raju who sits at the temple gates. They say he once was a royal engineer before he lost everything to gambling. Perhaps he can solve this." The Maharaja scoffed. "A beggar? What can a beggar know about wells?" But with no other options, Raju was summoned. The beggar entered the court in torn clothes, his hair matted, his feet bare. He bowed deeply. "Your Majesty, I can solve your water problem," Raju said calmly. "How?" demanded the Maharaja. "Dig new wells at the locations I mark. Within 1 month, water will flow again." The Maharaja was skeptical, but desperate. "Fine, but if you fail, you will be thrown into the dungeons." Raju smiled mysteriously. "And if I succeed? Then I will give you 10 gold coins." "I accept, Your Majesty, but I need one thing: complete freedom to go anywhere in the kingdom while I work." The Maharaja agreed. Raju marked 7 locations across the kingdom. Workers dug, and exactly as he predicted, water gushed from every well. The kingdom rejoiced. But the Maharaja noticed something strange. "Raju, how did you know where to dig?" Raju bowed. "Your Majesty, while I begged at the temple, I watched. I saw which trees had greener leaves, where birds drank at dawn, where the earth was softer. The poor notice what the rich overlook." Impressed, the Maharaja gave him the 10 gold coins. But what the Maharaja didn't know was that Raju had done something else. While marking the wells, he had quietly spoken to every farmer, every worker, every merchant in the kingdom. He told them, "I am helping the kingdom. Remember my name, Raju. One day, I may need your help too." 6 months passed. The Maharaja's face turned pale as Chanakya delivered devastating news. "Your Majesty, bandits are attacking our trade caravans. Merchants refuse to travel our roads. Our economy is collapsing." The Maharaja paced nervously. "What can we do?" Chanakya suggested. "Perhaps the beggar, Raju. He travels the roads every day begging for food. He might know something." Raju was summoned again. "Raju, can you stop these bandits?" asked the Maharaja. "Yes, Your Majesty. Give me 1 month. If you succeed, I will make you the captain of my guards. If you fail, you will lose your head." Raju nodded calmly. "I accept, but I need complete freedom to travel anywhere at night." The Maharaja agreed. What happened next shocked everyone. Within 2 weeks, the bandit attacks stopped completely. The roads became safe. Trade flourished again. "How did you do it?" the Maharaja asked in amazement. Raju smiled. "Your Majesty, I did not fight the bandits. I joined them." The courtroom gasped.
While begging, I learned that these bandits were not criminals. They were farmers whose lands you seized for the royal palace gardens 3 years ago. They attacked caravans because they had no other way to feed their families. So I made a deal with them. I gave them my 10 gold coins to buy seeds and tools. I convinced them that farming would earn more than stealing, and I promised them that one day they would get their lands back. The Maharaja was furious. "You promised my lands to bandits?" "I promised justice, Your Majesty. They stopped attacking, didn't they?" Unable to argue, the Maharaja made Raju the captain of guards. But again, Raju had done something clever. He had won the loyalty of 50 former bandits, dangerous men who now owed him their lives.
2 years passed. Raju served faithfully as captain of guards. The kingdom prospered. Then one morning, Chanakya rushed into the court, trembling. "Your Majesty, terrible news! The neighboring kingdom of Malwar is marching toward us with 10,000 soldiers. They will attack in 3 days. We only have 3,000 soldiers. We will be destroyed." The Maharaja's hands shook. "What can I do? We cannot win this battle." Chanakya looked at Raju, who stood silently in the corner. "Raju," the Maharaja said desperately, "you have solved every problem before. Can you save the kingdom now?" Raju looked at the Maharaja with calm, knowing eyes. "Yes, Your Majesty, but this time I want something more than gold or titles. Anything, name it. If I save the kingdom, you must give me a single wish. Whatever I ask, you must grant it. Swear on your throne." The Maharaja, terrified of invasion, swore immediately, "I swear on my throne."
Raju rode out alone toward the approaching enemy army. The courtroom waited in terror. 3 days passed. No battle came. Instead, Raju returned with the king of Malwar, not as an enemy, but as a guest. The Maharaja was stunned. What happened?" Raju explained calmly. "Your Majesty, I went to King Malwar and told him the truth. I told him that you are a weak ruler, that your people are unhappy, that your ministers are corrupt. I told him that if he invaded, he would win easily, but he would inherit a broken kingdom full of rebellious people. Then I made him an offer. Instead of war, why not trade? I convinced your farmers to sell their best crops to Malwar at fair prices. I convinced your merchants to open trade routes. I showed King Malwar that peace would make him richer than war ever could." The Maharaja stared in disbelief. "You saved the kingdom without a single battle?" "Yes, Your Majesty, because I learned something while begging on the streets. The greatest power is not the sword. It is trust, and I have earned the trust of your farmers, your former bandits, your merchants, your workers, and now even your enemy." The courtroom erupted in applause. The Maharaja smiled with relief. "You have fulfilled your duty beyond measure. Now tell me your wish." Raju's eyes turned cold. "Your Majesty, you swore on your throne to grant me any wish. I wish for you to keep that promise." "Of course, what do you want?" Raju's voice was steady and final. "I wish for you to step down from the throne and make me the new Maharaja." The courtroom fell silent. The Maharaja's face turned white. "What? You dare? You swore on your throne, Your Majesty. Will you break your sacred oath in front of everyone?" The Maharaja looked at Chanakya, at the guards, at the ministers. But Raju had been clever. The guards were loyal to him. The farmers remembered how he gave them water.
The former bandits owed him their lives. The merchants prospered because of his trade deals. Even the enemy kingdom trusted him more than the Maharaja. The Maharaja had no power left. Raju had taken everything, not through force, but through service. With tears of rage and humiliation, the Maharaja removed his crown and placed it on Raju's head.
As Raju sat on the throne, the former Maharaja screamed, "You tricked me! You planned this from the beginning!" Raju looked at him with sad, knowing eyes. "No, Your Majesty, you tricked yourself." "What do you mean? When I was a beggar, you saw me as worthless. When I solved your problems, you saw me as useful. But you never saw me as equal. You never asked why a royal engineer became a beggar. You never asked what I lost. I was not a gambler, Your Majesty. I was your royal engineer 15 years ago. I designed your palace, your gardens, your fountains. But when I asked for fair payment from my workers, you called me greedy. When I demanded you stop seizing farmers' lands, you called me rebellious. So you stripped me of everything and threw me into the streets. I did not take your kingdom through deception. I took it back through service, the very thing you failed to do. A true king serves his people. You only served yourself." The former Maharaja fell to his knees, finally understanding. He had lost his kingdom the moment he stopped caring for his people.
This story reveals a profound truth that echoes through every kingdom, every company, every family. Real power does not come from titles, wealth, or force. It comes from serving others and earning their trust. Raju started with nothing. He had no money, no weapons, no army. But he had something more valuable. He paid attention. He served. He solved problems, and most importantly, he treated people with dignity. The Maharaja had everything: gold, soldiers, land. But he had nothing when it mattered, because he never built relationships. He never earned loyalty. He only demanded obedience. The deeper lesson is this: what you refuse to give freely will eventually be taken from you. The Maharaja refused to give respect to his engineer, so he lost his engineer. He refused to give justice to farmers, so he lost their loyalty. He refused to serve his people, so he lost his throne. We often measure power by what we own, but true power is measured by who would stand beside us when we own nothing at all. In your life, you will meet people who seem to have nothing. The janitor, the street vendor, the quiet colleague nobody notices. Don't underestimate them. They see everything you miss. They understand things you overlook. Treat them with respect, not because they can help you, but because it's right. Build relationships not as transactions, but as bridges. Serve others not to gain power, but because service itself is powerful. Remember, a throne can be given or taken away, but loyalty earned through genuine service, that can never be stolen. The question is not whether you will have power. The question is, when you have nothing left but your character, will anyone still stand with you? The crown sits on the head, but the kingdom lives in the hearts of the people. Win their hearts, and you need no crown. Lose their hearts, and no crown can save you. Dedicated to everyone who has ever been underestimated, overlooked, or dismissed. Your time will come. And when it does, let them see that greatness was never about the throne. It was always about the person sitting on it.